Disneyland is loosening the rules a bit, and it's going to change how parts of the park feel. Galaxy's Edge is about to open up beyond a single timeline. New characters are getting mixed reactions, and over at DCA, permits just confirmed that a major project is still moving forward. Plus, Food and Wine ending soon, a Skyway throwback is dropping this week, and Pride Night news. Here's what's going on. Hey everyone, I'm Julie with Main Street USA Studios. Let's take a look at what's new this week. The timeline change is finally here. In just over a week on April 29th, Disneyland is officially expanding the timeline inside Galaxy's Edge. As we know, up until now, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge has been locked into one specific moment, right between The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. And that's basically why everything has felt so controlled, with the same characters, same storyline. It was just one point in time. But now they're opening that up. As we've previously reported, characters from completely different eras are going to start appearing throughout the land. So you're going to see people like Darth Vader, along with Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia. In the Year of the Millennium Falcon, you'll find Han Solo and Chewbacca. Of course, Chewbacca was already in Batuu, but because Wookiees have long lifespans and he was still alive, he will be back. They're also updating the sounds across the entire land, so you're going to start hearing actual Star Wars score woven in, including Binary Sunset, the Force theme, the Imperial March, and Princess Leia's theme. Of course, these are all composed by the amazing John Williams. Before this, Galaxy's Edge intentionally avoided recognizable music to keep the story grounded in that one moment. Needless to say, we are very excited about this change. We love that John Williams music. And it's all very exciting. That said, Disney did make a preview type video of some of the new characters, and the Han Solo reaction hasn't been great. And it seems like a big part of it is the character's wig. It sort of looks stiff and unnatural, not like Han. The overall styling and fit of the costume feels just a little off, so instead of reading as that iconic smuggler vibe, a lot of guests are saying he comes across more like maybe a handyman walking around Batuu. Of course, making someone look like Harrison Ford is always going to be tough. We like that we're getting the new characters though, so overall a positive change. And Disney has now filed demolition permits for the Monsters, Inc. Mike and Sulley to the Rescue building and parts of Hollywood Land at DCA. Keep in mind, these are early permits, so nothing is getting torn down right now, and they're not even starting with dates yet. Monsters, Inc. is still expected to stay open through 2027. Recall it was supposed to close this year in 2026, and that got pushed back to next year. But this is the kind of step that shows things are actually moving forward. It's not just an idea anymore, they're doing the early work to prep that space. We talked about last week, there's been some rumors and talk about whether Disney might pivot this area to something like Zootopia, and honestly that would be really cool to see. We also love Avatar. But just looking at those permits, the permit filings like this don't really read to us like a change in direction. Remember, this looks a lot more like they're continuing with the plan for Pandora they've already been working towards. Doesn't look like they're swapping it out for something new. Regardless of what comes to the Hollywood backlot, nothing is changing right now. This is all behind the scenes. It is an interesting piece to the puzzle though about this space in DCA, but for now we can all ride Monsters, Inc. And if you've been thinking about going to the Disney California Adventure Food and Wine Festival, this is your reminder, it's almost over. The festival runs through April 27th, so there's only one more week and one weekend left to enjoy. If you happen to pick up a Sip and Savor Pass, make sure you use those tabs. They do not carry over. And actually the next major use of those festival booths would be after the summer as the holidays start. And on this Wednesday, April 22nd, a new souvenir drops at Disneyland Park, the aerial tramway straw clip. So this is a small item, but it's a really fun throwback to the original Disneyland Skyway. Believe it or not, the Skyway ran from 1956 to 1994 and carried guests between Fantasyland and Tomorrowland, and it passed through the Matterhorn. So if you've seen those holes in the Matterhorn, this is where they came from. And Pride Night is coming up soon at Disneyland Park, and this year there are two event nights, June 16th and June 18th. Those run from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. This is not included in park admission though, so this is a separately ticketed event. If you're heading to the event, you'll find themed photo ops, character meet and greets, dance parties throughout the park, and the best part, shorter wait times for the rides. As of right now, tickets for both nights are still available, priced at $169 each, so if you've been thinking about going, there's still a chance to grab tickets for either night. In closure and construction updates, let's start in Disneyland. Check out Main Street's facade this week. It looks very close to finishing up. Edelweiss Snacks is still behind walls. The food kiosk is open. You can still order from here. Just all around it, you can see construction. We have an opening date for the Jungle Cruise. It reopens this Friday, April 24th. Kind of a surprise there. Roger Rabbit is also closed with no reopening dates. And unfortunately, the monorail also is closed with no reopening date yet through late May. Buzz Lightyear is closed with no reopening date. It is covered with walls and being heavily worked on outside. This looks like a refresh out front for this one. Pirates and Blue Bayou close on May 4th. Blue Bayou does reopen May 21st. We do not have an opening date for Pirates yet. All Red DCA Inside Out still has no reopening date through late May. Toy Story Midway Mania is closed, but this week Disney listed it reopening on April 24th. That's this week. And Sulley Symphony Swings closes April 27th. And a brief update on the new Coco ride being built behind the Incredicoaster. Notice the fence along Disneyland Drive in this video. So you can see the fence is all the way out to the curb here. It does seem like Disney will take over as much of this footprint back behind the Incredicoaster as possible. We're thinking it will be a large show building for that boat-style ride they told us about. With modern construction codes, we think it will be a very large building as compared to something like Small World that was built before modern construction codes. And then in downtown Disney, the Porto's Bakery construction continues, but it's a lot less invasive than before. You can definitely walk from downtown Disney to the Esplanade a lot easier now.
Thanks so much for watching, everyone. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe for more.